This quiz review will be going over lines, angle relationships, and solving for missing angles. The first type of relationship is angles that are on a line. So here we have line EGH. So the two angles that are on this line add up to 180 degrees. So as it says up here, angle EGF plus angle HGF is going to equal 180. The next type of relationship is opposite angles. And opposite angles are congruent, so they're equal to each other. So for example, I have this angle at 40 degrees. The angle right across from it, its opposite, is also 40 degrees. In the image above, you can see that this angle is 140 degrees, and its opposite angle is also 140. This angle is 40 degrees, and its opposite angle is also 40 degrees. The next type of angle is corresponding angles. And corresponding angles are angles that are in the same place but on a separate parallel line. So for example, here we have A and E. They are both in the top left of their quadrant. Then angles B and F are in the top right of each quadrant. And then C and G are in the bottom left. And then D and H are in the bottom right. So each of those angles are going to be the same measure of degree. Alternate angles are double opposite of each other. So for example, angle C here is in the bottom left and angle F is in the top right, but they are going to have the same measure. Over here we have angle E, which is in the top left, and angle D is in the bottom right. Over here we have A, which is in the top left, and H is in the bottom right. And then B is in the top right, and G is in the bottom left. So they are alternating angles, and they are congruent to each other. All right, some other relationships. We have adjacent angles, and adjacent angles are those angles that are next to each other. So they're like next door neighbors. Then complementary angles, those are angles that add up to 90 degrees. So if you have a C for complementary, you can actually change it into a 9 for 90. Then we have supplementary angles, and those are angles that add up to 180 degrees. So you have S for supplementary, and you can change that S into an 80 for 180 degrees. The sum of the angles for a triangle when added up are always going to be equal to 180. The interior angles of a four-sided shape will always add up to 360. The last relationship is interior and exterior angles. So anytime you have a measure for your interior angle, you're able to figure out the exterior angle because the relationship is 180 degrees. So if you had it backwards, if you had the exterior angle and you needed to know the interior angle, you could just figure it out by knowing that they add up to 180. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know.